Hi, it's Graney and Rick Velotta here at the Clark County Commission Chambers. Just ended with the Stadium Authority Board meeting. Rick, one, you need a raise if you sit through many of these. But two, let's go over what happened today. Raiders weren't here. I don't think there was a need for them to be here with Bank of America coming on as investor earlier this week. Tell what happened today. It seemed like they're working towards getting this lease done, and at the end of the day, it seems like it's going to happen.
They're getting into the weeds on this lease agreement that has to be put together, and it's one of two agreements that have to happen in order for this whole thing to occur. One being the development agreement, which is the actual construction of the stadium. The other being the lease agreement with some company that is going to be actually managing the facility through the life of the term of the contract, which we assume is going to be 30 plus years. So they're started off with probably the harder one, which is the lease agreement. And why is that harder? Because a lot of it also includes this element of UNLV's use of the stadium. And there are a lot of different things that could happen, but it's a matter of now they're going to have to start negotiating that. And Mark Arnold, the attorney for the Stadium Authority Board, kind of briefed them on what he's done already, and then they kind of gave him a little bit of feedback on what some of their expectations are.
Correct me if I'm wrong, listening to this, it does come down to this. Obviously, UNLV and the Raiders have to get to the table in terms of field markings, game day preparations, all of that. I did get the sense, though, the Raiders have the upper hand here, and UNLV is going to have to work with them, and there's going to be compromise on the Rebel side.
There will be some compromise, but on the other hand of that, you've got Steve Hill, the chairman of the Stadium Authority Board, saying the Raiders are really wanting to be good citizens in Las Vegas. They know how important it is to have those UNLV markings at the stadium on game day. So they're going to probably do everything they can to make that happen. How does that happen? They talked today about having different field surfaces being put into the stadium for different games. So on Saturday you'd have a UNLV design, on Sunday you'd have a Raiders design. So that's I guess technologically it's possible to do that. I don't know what the cost is of that, and neither did some of the people here, but at the same time that's one of the solutions that they're looking at.
One thing that came pretty apparent was at the owners' meetings in March, there's not going to have to be a lease absolutely done, finalized, and signed for them to vote on the Raiders relocating. I think when Bank of America came on as investor, knowing NFL owners, that was okay. That was what they needed. They wanted the money to be in place, and they expect this lease to be done. Would you agree with that?
I think you're right on that, Ed, because the finance is really the important piece of the puzzle as far as the NFL is concerned. I think that some of the details of the lease agreement, yeah, they want to weigh in on some of that, but it's not quite as important as the fact that the money's there to make this deal happen.